Folks, we are back. We are at 'em. That's right. The deep state couldn't stop us. They've tried, folks. They've tried, but they still haven't. Twitchpardy 22 is here. I am your host, AbsentMindedAddition. We have three fantastic guests here, two newcomers, one returning champion of the soul here. Because I don't remember if you won or not, but in spirit you're a champion, Greg. But regardless, folks, another new Twitchpardy is upon us. Thank you so much to everybody watching out there on Twitch. Thank you so much to everybody watching at home in the future. I hope it's better, probably not. But we begin regardless. I want to say the white community is in shambles, folks. We are under attack. Not in the ways you may be thinking, but in the true ways. We're losing the good whites, folks. I want to say RIP to Dolly Parton. I want to say RIP to Tim Curry. RIP Hayden Panettiere. She had like 2 days before she got kind of overblown by several more. Apparently, I'm getting word in now. The voice of Optimus Prime also taken from us. I don't know, folks. We're unsure if it's vaccine related or not. Just kidding, just kidding. That might actually get me YouTube in trouble. Just kidding. Haha, tee-hee. Very fun. Folks, to my knowledge, it is not a vaccine issue, but who knows? We're losing our good icons, folks. There's not many too left, so RIP to all those lost. Start taking some bad ones here, folks. Hey, that's not a call to action. That is not a call for violence whatsoever, but just a little bit of a prayer. And you know what? Prayer's back, folks. Anyway, just kidding. Folks, welcome on in. So glad to have everybody. To start us off, Twitchpardy 22, Hal, aka halelcooljay. Love the name. That's why I wanted to throw it in there. Welcome on in to Twitchpardy. We've been looking to get you on for a while now here. Correct me if I'm wrong, because I always like to let people know the sign-up sheet is real. It does exist. You were on the sign-up sheet. That's correct. Look at that, folks. I promise we're getting through it. We got a lot of interest. We got a lot of fun friends to get through. Stay in line. If you're still in line to vote for Twitchpardy, stay in line. Hal, so great to have you on here. I like to ask all of our first-timers, our new friends, this. How long have you been knowing things, and how long have you been asking or answering questions about that knowledge? What's your trivia background?
I've known things for about 6 years, and that's about it.
It's a good time.
I've been answering questions, though, for about 34 years.
Okay.
So
I've got to say,
that's where I'm at.
I've got to say, if like all of my knowledge, my knowledge heads out there, they know if you turned your brain off post 2020, that's the time to get in on it. But since you started thinking 6 years ago on 2020, you've only known horrors, which is difficult. But I still respect braver than the troops either way. Any important strategy that you came in tonight with? You know, I appreciate their support. I know you enjoy a lot of the Twitchpardy clips. What's coming into the game? What's the mindset?
The mindset is just here to have fun, think creatively. The main thing is that I have to take this like I've been watching the clips here and there, and I'm like, I would have answered this way. So I just got to let myself answer naturally rather than try to think too hard about it.
Folks, very important Twitchpardy tip right there. I always say it. You got to answer from the heart, not from the brain. All right. You hear so many people cry out, "Oh, I would have said that. I was going to say that." But they let fear grip their hearts, folks. All right. You don't let fear define you. If anything, this is more self-help than a trivia program. Just kidding. Course coming soon. Regardless, Hal, so great to have you on. Next, Greg, welcome back. A fantastic showing last time and new and improved. We have, that's right, folks, a headset, a new audio. He's not here to play around. All right, we're crisp and clear, 4K audio. You might be saying, AbsentMindedAddition, that's not how you rate audio. 4K is for visual. And I'd say, what are you, the trivia host? No, get off my face. Anyway, regardless, Greg, so great to have you on here.
Thank you.
You had a fantastic, a close razor thin margins on the last game. Coming into your second game, what does your strategy look like? Not to spoil it for the rest of the two, but you know, Hal mentioned we're playing from the heart. You agreed with him. Anything else come 100%. Into the game?
You know, as always, have fun is my priority, and I do love trivia, so I'm just here to have fun and have a good time.
Those of pure trivia heart inherit the world. I believe that's the saying from the Bible.
It's about the friends we made along the way.
the true answer to the question of Twitchpardy is the friends. You're totally right. We love to see it. Last but certainly not least, folks, a round of applause and air horn for new friend of the program, Alex. Alex, so great to have you on. Correct me if I'm wrong. Also sign up sheet, correct?
Yes, also sign up sheet.
Folks, that's Greg originally from the sign up sheet world. That's
I
3
was
for
the
3.
sign-up sheet.
100% sign up sheet participation on here. Thank you. So we've got sign up sheet civil rights activists in on the studio. Thank you so much, Alex. Again, I've been flying off the handle this episode. I'm getting way too excited to play Twitchpardy. So great to have you on. Please, your trivia background for the folks. How long have you been knowing things, and how long have you been answering questions about that knowledge?
Wow, it's really such a great question. I have been knowing things for, I think probably about maybe the past, like 5 years, 4 or 5 years. I've been knowing things, been answering questions for longer.
Yeah.
I love Jeopardy. I love Alex Trebek. R.I.P. Another white gone.
R.I.P. Though
Sort of
they may be a
notice on
Babe
that,
Ruth
but-
situation where he may have had a little something extra. I don't know. If you look in the vault, there's a little spice to Mr. Trebek there. But R.I.P. to him. I'm just saying, a lot of curl in the 70s. I don't know. There might have been he ended up at 1C, but there might have been like a 3B in there at some point. Regardless, R.I.P. to the GOAT.
Right.
A tip of the hat to our competing legally distinct program. No, but fantastic.
Oh yeah, not even close to this show, right?
Nothing. People
Totally
like to point it out,
different.
but I'd like to say, totally distinct, legally distinct programs here. Another question to you, Alex. What's the strategy coming in here? You know, you've signed up, you've seen it, you've kind of gotten a taste, touch, and feel for what Twitchpardy is coming into the game. How are you going to totally stomp on these two other individuals? They've done the foolish thing, which is say, "Oh, we're playing for friendship." You're ready to cut some throats. I know it.
Well, that's the thing is I wanted to be honest with my answer. Then they were like, it's about the friends you made along the way. And I'm like, no, it's about the questions you get right. So I'm just feeling a little bit conflicted now.
It's tough when they go when you start with two, beauty pageant answers and you're like, oh, I was going to threaten their lives, but now I look bad. But you know what?
I was just going to say that my strategy was to win, but.
And that's women taking
I
up
guess
space
that's
right
not
there.
PC anymore. I guess you can't say that anymore.
Folks, did woke take away trivia points? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I don't know.
No, it's participation trophies only.
Everybody
Is
will
Jen
get a
killing
chance to
trivia?
answer. Communism is when there's only one answer. But no, folks, so great, so fantastic. Thank you again to everybody out in the chat live. Thank you to everybody watching at home. Again, this is the People's Trivia Show. If you can let me know if I have any dastardly, terrible audio issues. I think we're so good so far, but the deep state strikes at all moments, folks. You got to be ever vigilant, all right? If there's a flock camera in your area, redacted instructions. But, folks, if we are all set, thumbs up across the board, we will begin round 1 of Twitchpardy. So I'm seeing those thumbs up. We will move over to our $1 billion Jumbotron here, the dumb Jumbotron as it's called. Folks, so excited to have everybody on. We are here. We are live. Therefore, we will begin round 1 of Twitchpardy 22 with world-class chefs. Next, stud time. That's right, folks. Stud is in double quotation marks here. You will see stud or STUD as a prominent feature of the answers of this category. Next, clock it. Then we have supporting women's rights. And of course, you have to, supporting women's wrongs. And then finally, high school sweethearts. This is our picture category for the night or for round 1. So, make sure you got those eyes open. Greg, you were the first one to join. Therefore, Bazinga has bestowed upon you the vaunted holy golden border around your point total. Please, sir, take us away.
Well, I am a feminist, so I'll start us off with supporting women's rights for 200.
There we go, folks. Supporting women's rights for 200. This amendment, adopted in 1920, gave women the right to vote. Al?
Amendment 15.
Incorrect. No. Alex?
What is the 19th Amendment?
That is correct. The 19th Amendment there. Fantastic job. It's a sneaky hard one because you're like, oh, I know that it's an amendment, but oh, the number. I didn't know this was a math question. It's a trick. Alex, fantastic job. Also fitting. You've got control of the board. Where are we going next?
I got to go for study time, 600.
Ooh, study time for 600. This type of small dwelling and living arrangement, typically rented by a single person, is really just one big room. Greg.
What is a studio?
That is correct, folks. A studio apartment. That's right. Thanks to living arrangements, it's now going to be $3,000 regardless of where you live, unfortunately, per month. But Greg, that 600 is going to go a long way to paying for some rent on a studio apartment. Where are we going next?
I need to redeem myself. Could we do supporting women's rights for 400?
Supporting women's rights for 400, folks. This abolitionist and women's rights activist is most widely known for her 1851 speech that most know by the title Ain't I a Woman, though that version has recently been revealed to be problematic, to say the least. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Folks, that abolitionist and women's rights activist, that is Sojourner Truth. Maybe this is old news, but the anti-woman that gets shared around a lot was actually like a rewriting by a white woman who made it seem like it was like she basically applied a slave vernacular version and said that that was the original version, even like as if it was spoken by a Southern slave, even though Sojourner Truth was from New York, freed herself, and spoke Dutch growing up. So very, very interesting ways that woman decided to contribute to the memory of Sojourner Truth. But R.I.P. Sojourner Truth. Not a good look at all. But Greg, the board's back in your control.
I'm gonna dabble in supporting women's wrongs for 200.
Women's rights wasn't working out for Greg. He's going to women's wrongs, folks. Supporting women's wrongs for 200. This recent social media darling released from prison in 2023 is culpable for 2 of the greatest crimes one can commit: matricide and posting cringe. Greg.
Is that Gypsy Rose Blanchard?
That is Miss Gypsy Rose Blanchard for sure, folks. I gotta say, there was a time on TikTok where there was like one new clip from her like archives of she would send to her like weird ass boyfriend. And I was like, I've seen 20 of these. They're all distinct. They're all new. It like prolific output from her, I gotta say. But you know, the murder was bad, of course. Anyway, Greg.
She had a lot of outfit changes, huh? A lot of wigs.
Hey, she kept a wig. She kept an outfit. Real shit. Hey, real shit, Gypsy. Go on. Greg, board is in your control. Where are we going?
All right, I'll stick to what I know. Supporting women's wrongs for 400.
Folks, true allyship, stays, solvent in the face of, wrongdoing. But supporting women's wrongs for 400. This former biotech fraudster girl bossed a little too close to the sun with her company Theranos and was sentenced to 11 years in prison in 2023.
That Nepo girl.
Like, I see her face. I see her face so clearly right now.
I would do her voice, but it would sound like a bad Mark Zuckerberg. So, and that Loki was the voice she was doing. But Alex.
Anna Delvey? Who is Anna Delvey?
Incorrect. No. Very similar time period.
It's the fucking other one.
It is the other one, unfortunately. But again, both chose interesting voices for sure. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Folks, that girl boss, gaslight, and gatekept true secrets with her little blood magic company. That's Elizabeth Holmes. Oh. Elizabeth Holmes. Greg, board's back to you, sir. Where are we going?
Let's go to study time for 1,000. Switch it up.
Just taking swings. I love it. Study time for 1,000. If you're looking for some real stallions, you might come to this establishment designed to breed high-quality horses. Al.
I thought I had it, and I just lost it.
Take a swing. It's already here.
Shoot, I don't know. I can't think. I don't want to sound dumb. Breed high quality horses.
That's okay. That's okay. We'll take it back to the drawing board. Remember, folks, in study time, STUD or stud will play a big role in the answer. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Folks, that's that farm to raise the beautiful, beautiful horses. Folks, that's a stud farm.
Oh my
It's a
god.
stud farm. Yeah, no, it's okay. I had to really think around a way of like, I can't just call it a farm because that's the answer right there. Greg, hey, board's still in your control. It's anybody's game. Where are we going next?
We could do study time for 800.
Study time for 800. A person very serious about learning and or their schoolwork might be called this. Greg.
What is studious?
There we go. Studious. We got a right answer, folks. We're heating up. Greg, you're at 1,600. You're doubling it up. It's the stud category seems to be your best play yet. Where are we going next?
I guess I know more about studs than women's rights, so I'll keep it in this category. We could stick with it for 400.
Study time for 400. This tool is indispensable when hanging up something on drywall as it detects the location of the wall frame. Hal.
What is a stud finder?
There we go. Stud finder. We're getting out of that hole. Great work. We got a real trivia stud in front of us now. Hal, where are we going next?
Let's stick with stud E time for 200.
There we go. Stud E time for 200. Should the main actor in a play actually break a leg, this player on standby steps up to take their place. Greg.
What is the understudy?
That is correct. Understudy. We're building up there. Greg, keeping that stud knowledge on lock. Where are we going next, sir?
Let's jump to the picture category. Can we do high school sweethearts for 200?
Absolutely. High school sweethearts for 200. This king of rock and roll really was a hound dog for starting a relationship with a 14-year-old when he was 24 during his deployment to West Germany. Alex.
Who are Elvis and Priscilla Presley?
Bonus points because I was just looking for Elvis, but that is correct.
Oh, my
Elvis
fault.
Presley. No, you got it. I love an over answer. That's right, folks. In High School Sweethearts, you're going to tell me about famous men who decided to date high schoolers.
Oh, God.
Alex, you're back in the black. You're back to neutral. Where are we going next?
Let's just keep going with High School Sweethearts, unfortunately.
For 400, I'm guessing?
Yes, for 400.
Perfect. High School Sweethearts for 400. What's the deal with comedians and high school girls? This comedian met and dated 17-year-old Shoshana Lonstein for a few years right at the start of his famous TV show. Al.
Who is Jerry Seinfeld?
That is correct. I did a dog shit impression of him, but you know what? That's what the people love. When I sing poorly and I do it bad.
With that?
There you go. Hal, we're building momentum. Where are we going next?
All right, let's do high school sweethearts for 600.
High School Sweethearts for 600. This departed actor was a little too fast and furious in 2006 when he reportedly started dating a 16-year-old when he was 33. Greg.
Who is Paul Walker?
That is correct, folks. Paul Walker. God, it's tough after you die when they're like, oh, yeah, by the way, you dated all those RIPs, you got to kind of null and void. But regardless, Greg, ball's in your court.
Clock it for 200, please.
Here we go. Clock it for 200. You're not legally in the Cursed Isle, aka Great Britain, unless you've stopped by this large clock tower. Greg.
What is Big Ben?
That is correct. Big Ben. Big Benny boy. Fantastic job. 200 you on the board. Where are we going?
Clock it for 400, please.
Clock it for 400. This timekeeping instrument is typically used to clock runners' times in races. Alex.
What is a stopwatch?
I'll accept that. Stopwatch, stop clock, both available. Great job clocking that. Alex, where are we going next?
Clock it for 600.
There we go. Clock it for 600. Get clocked going too fast by a cop with this tool, and you're probably getting a ticket. Hal.
What is a radar gun?
That is correct. Radar gun, radar speed gun. We'll accept all of them. Hal, we're building momentum yet again. Where are we going?
We'll do clock it for 800.
Clock it for 800. This tall freestanding pendulum timekeeping device is perfect for making your haunted mansion even spookier when midnight rolls around. Greg.
What is a grandfather clock?
That is correct, folks. Grandfather clock, 800 to you. The board.
Let's finish her off. Clock it for 1,000.
Clock it for 1,000. This type of timekeeping device measures time by monitoring the resonant frequency of the building blocks of nature and is said to be the most accurate. Hal.
Why did I click that?
Love the strong start there. We love shit.
Oh shoot, I don't
Just send it.
this time.
Believe.
Some science word, maybe.
Gotta be, right?
I don't know.
I don't know, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
It was
That's
my
okay.
momentum.
We're going back down, but there's still plenty of game left. Alex.
What is an atomic clock?
That is correct. Atomic
Ooh.
clock.
Crazy.
Nice
It was a
job.
science word.
It's so hard. I was like, I had to go with building blocks in nature because I'm like, I can't just say Adam again. So who knows?
Right.
Alex, great job. Up to 1,400. We're flying through. Where are we going next?
Let's do world-class chefs for 200.
World-class chefs for 200. This foul-mouthed and ill-tempered British chef dominated the early 2000s reality TV market, especially with Hell's Kitchen. Alex.
Who is Gordon Ramsay?
That is correct, folks. Gordon Ramsay. I would do a bad British accent, but I can't do his bad British accent well enough. So, Alex, we're keeping our integrity, and 200 to you. Where's the board?
World-class chefs for 400.
World-class chefs for 400. This Food Network star is known for his Triple D travel show, but also for 2 Fs, Flavortown and Frosted Tips. Greg.
Who is Guy Fieri?
That is correct, folks. Guy Fieri. That's right. Greg's got his ticket to Flavortown already booked and packed. Greg, where are we going next?
We do chefs for 600.
World-class chefs for 600. This 2007 animated cooking classic proves that white people really are too comfortable with animals, even in the kitchen. Hal.
What is Ratatouille?
That is correct. Ratatouille, folks. You really can't trust the French, huh? Hal, we're building back up again. Where are we going next?
Let's do world-class chefs for 800.
World-class chefs for 800. This heartwarming mid-2000s TV series follows one man's journey to become one of the best specialized cooks in order to pay for his medical treatments. Hal.
What is Breaking Bad?
Breaking Bad is correct. Fantastic job. A great get. Hal, you're back in the black here. We're building momentum, like I said. Let's keep it going. Where are we doing?
Let's do world-class chefs for 1,000.
World-class chefs for 1,000. This well-known artist and chef associated with the Wu-Tang Clan has gone viral for his puzzling history with surveillance company Palantir.
I just read about this.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Folks, he was only built for Cuban links. That's Mr. Raekwon. Raekwon the chef, they call him. Great job. Hal, I don't know why I said great job. Nobody answered. But still, Hal, the board is yours. Where are we going?
Supporting women's rights for 600.
Supporting women's rights for 600. I would pay $1 million. Just kidding. Not kidding. I just don't have the money. But supporting women's rights for 600. This proposed amendment to the U.S. Constitution would explicitly prohibit discrimination on the basis of sex and was last ratified by Virginia in January 2020. Al.
What is Title IX? Sorry.
Incorrect. No. Alex.
What is the are we looking for a number?
No, it's not. There wouldn't be a number because it's not answered, but we're looking for just the name. There's a famous name for it.
Oh shit. Would it be the Equal Rights Amendment?
Yes, it is. There we go. Folks, you got to just take the shot. There we are. 600, the board. Alex, where are we going?
Let's go. Let's keep supporting women's rights for $800.
Priceless to me. Supporting women's rights for 800, folks. This trans women's rights activist was most known for co-founding the NY-based Star organization, but more recently known as a fashion influence on an infamous TikToker. Alex.
Who is Marsha P. Johnson?
That is correct, Marsha P. Johnson. Alex, fantastic job. Where are we going next?
What a great question. Let's keep going. Supporting women's rights for 1,000.
Supporting women's rights for 1,000. This famous women's rights duo from Miami, Florida, is most famous for encouraging women to seek empowerment through financial independence. Greg.
Who are JT and the City Girls?
That is correct. The City Girls. I'll accept the City Girls. That's right, folks. Act up. You can get smacked up. Empowering anthem for all. Greg, great job. The board is yours. Where are we going?
Thank you. I'm glad I was able to redeem myself in that category and show my knowledge.
And you did it on the most important question.
The
Thank
most
you. I'm
important
glad you
one.
noticed.
Yeah.
We could do supporting women's wrongs now for 600.
Supporting women's wrongs for 600. A jury supported and acquitted this woman of any wrongdoing after she severed the penile member of her abusive husband in the mid-1990s. I'll accept her maiden name as well. Not that that would have helped anybody. I'll accept a second name you also don't know, folks. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Folks, a little bit of a deeper cut for the younger generations here, but that was Lorena Bobbitt. Lorena Bobbitt. Greg, board's still in your control. Where are we going?
We could do supporting women's wrongs for 800.
Supporting women's wrongs for 800. Critical support to this former Army intelligence officer and whistleblower who spent 7 years in prison after she leaked sensitive information in 2010, including video proof of the U.S. military airstriking journalists.
What's her name?
Five, 4. Time for a buzzer beater. 3, 2, 1. Folks, we've seen her healthy and alive, thankfully, but they tried to keep her down. This was Chelsea Manning. Chelsea Manning. Salute to a real queen. Thank you for your service. Greg, board is yours. Where are we going?
Let's close out the category.
Supporting women's wrongs for 1,000. Cuba supported this recently past revolutionary for decades following her 1979 escape from America, where she faced prosecution for alleged bank robberies and shootouts with the cops. Apparently, I went with some deep cuts here for some women's wrongs here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Folks, that revolutionary R.I.P. to her. That is Assata Shakur.
Oh, wow.
Assata Shakur. Yeah. Greg, last 2. Where are we going?
Do the 800.
High school sweethearts for 800. This evil who from Whoville, Florida, and former U.S. House Rep is alleged to have paid a high school girl for sex in the late 2010s. Greg.
Who is Pete Hegseth?
Incorrect. Similar face and similar vibe. Not the same person, though. Alex.
They just all look the same.
Who is Matt Gates?
That is correct, Matt Gates. With the
They
hair
just all look the same.
there is a certain right-wing sex pest skull shape that they both share. So, Alex, fantastic job there. Folks, the end of round 1 is upon us. Let's all hold hands and dive in. High school sweethearts for what? Thank you for holding hands there. Extra credit in my mind. High school sweethearts for 1,000. This silent era actor and minuscule mustache haver had several high school age sweethearts over the course of his life. Hal.
Who is Charlie Chaplin?
That is correct, folks. Charlie Chaplin. I learned that fact live on Twitchpardy one time because I included a Charlie Chaplin question and someone was like, didn't he like high school girls? And I was like, oh no, fuck him. Anyway, but Charlie Chaplin is correct. Hal, you got the 1,000. And folks, that is the completion of round 1. Folks at home, folks watching the VOD, please, round of applause for our fantastic contestants. We've got Greg with 4,000. Alex close behind with 3,800. Hal with some real steam with 1,000. Folks, before we begin round 2, any questions, comments, or concerns? Fantastic. Otherwise, we will now begin round 2 of Twitchpardy 22, starting with Leave Dolly, Take Them Instead. Folks, this is going to be a picture category. I'm going to show you some evil blonde white women who should have been taken instead of Dolly Parton. Next, we have I Wanna Dex You Up. Folks, Dex is in quotation marks, meaning DEX or Dex is going to be a prominent piece of the answer to the questions in this category. Next, we've got Getting It Out the Mud. Beggars Can't Be Choosers. Altered Egos. And then finally, a second picture category in the round. That's right. We're jam-packing the picture categories in here. They aren't sending their best. Folks, I'm going to ask you about some infamous right-wing Canadians that have invaded America and our discourse. And you're going to tell me who those bastards are. Hal, board's in your control. Where are we going, sir?
All right, let's take it slow, easy. Let's do Leave Dolly, Take Them Instead for 400.
Leave Dolly, Take Them Instead for 400. Instead of Dolly, this former attorney general could have been taken, seeing as how she probably won't face consequences for trying to cover up the Epstein files. Greg.
Who is Pam Bondi?
That is correct, folks. Pam Bondi. We wouldn't have missed her whatsoever. Greg, great job. Where are we going next?
I'm looking for a specific someone. Give me Dolly for 800.
We're going fishing. I love it when people are like, I know you had to include this one in here. We'll see. Leave Dolly, Take Them Instead for 800. Jasmine Crockett would agree we'd take Dolly back in exchange for this, and I quote now, bleach blonde, bad built butch body, former U.S. House rep. Greg.
Who's Marjorie Taylor Greene?
That is correct, folks. MJT, Marjorie Taylor Greene. She's trying to pivot. I'm not letting her. That's for damn sure. Greg, great job. Where are we going?
Still not the one I'm looking for. Give it to 1200.
We're going fishing, baby. Leave Dolly, Take Them Instead for 1200. This now former White House press secretary might be a good trade for our dearly departed Dolly. Greg.
Who is KKK Caroline?
Is correct. Caroline Levitt is the answer we're looking for. Great job. Is that who you were looking for, Greg?
Hate that bit. Yeah.
Let's go. Fantastic job, Greg. Your spite is propelling you to the top of the charts here. Where are we going next?
I'm good at this stuff. Let's do 1600.
Leave Dolly, Take Them Instead. Many would happily swap this Fox News anchor, most famous for her 2016 RNC Nazi salute, and for telling LeBron James to, quote, shut up and dribble. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. My real evil white woman heads know that this is Laura Ingraham. Of the Ingram angle. It's been a while. She hasn't done anything big in the evil space in a little bit. Greg, board still in your control. Where are we going?
She was dormant. We can finish the category.
Leave Dolly, Take Them Instead for 2000. Many would trade this Republican mega donor not only for helping ruin America by financing Trump, but also for ruining the Dallas Mavericks.
I've never seen that person in my life.
I know her name.
Count yourself lucky. Count yourself lucky. Unfortunately, she's probably negatively impacted your life and all of our lives in many different ways. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Folks, that Republican mega donor, that is Miriam Adelson, wife of former mega donor Sheldon Adelson. They don't do great
really
things.
flag in the background gave it away.
That is.
Figure out
Greg, board's in your control. Where are we going?
Let's do I Want to Dex You Up for 400.
I wanna dex you up. Hopefully people know the like Color Me Bad song I'm singing. Otherwise, it doesn't work whatsoever. I Want to Dex You Up for 400. This famous tool tracks your monster collecting journey in the supremely popular Game Freak video game series, where it gets part of its name. Al.
What is the Pokedex?
That is correct, folks. The Pokédex. I didn't have the little accent on the either. Apologies.
That was for my friend Cam.
Shout out Kim. Hal, where are we going next?
Cam.
Also shout out Cam. Kim, stand up. This is your time.
All of them.
This is your time in the sun here. Where are we going, Hal?
Let's do I Want to Dex You Up for 800.
I wanna dex you up for 800. This late 90s / early 2000s cartoon follows a young genius inventing things in his secret lab, all while being tormented by his sister Dee Dee. Al.
What is Dexter's Laboratory?
That is correct, folks. Dexter's Laboratory. Fantastic job for the 800. Hal. People will probably know Dexter's Laboratory from the many memes from the show as well. Him like praying or crying to the locker picture. The kids out there, you'll know.
Whispering in the ear.
Hal,
whispering in the ear.
exactly. Hal, board is yours. Where are we going?
I wanna dix you up for 1,200.
I wanna dex you up for 1,200, folks. This rotating card device used to store contacts is basically a Pokédex, but for old white businessmen. Hal.
What is a Rolodex?
It is a Rolodex, 100% correct. Don't want to catch that one of them all, though, because not great. Anyway, Hal, board is yours.
I wanna dix you up for 1,600.
Thank you for being with me on the singing here. I
one of my
want to
favorite
dix you up for 1,600. Look, Mom, both hands. Greg.
What is ambidextrous?
There we go, ambidextrous. Fantastic job. Greg, 1,600 on the board. Where are we going?
All right, we could finish the category.
Here we go.
I'm not a good singer.
Hey, I don't let it stop me. But that's okay. I'll sing for the both of us here. Hands together.
Thank you.
I want to dix you up for 2,000. This simple sugar is made from corn and wheat and is typically used as a sweetener in baking products and processed foods. Hal.
Multidextrose?
Sorry,
Multidextrin?
I think I heard it the first time. Dextrose, multidextrose also. I'll give you that for sure. 2,000 to you, Hal. Where we go next?
Let's go with... Let's do beggars can't be choosers for 400.
Beggars can't be choosers for 400. If one isn't comfortable with outright asking for something, they might drop hints or indirectly ask, which is known by this term online. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Folks, that type of begging online known as dry begging. Dry begging. Don't worry, we're building up here. Hal, board's in your control.
Let's do beggars can't be choosers for 8.
Beggars can't be choosers for 800. This streaming platform is filled not only with people playing video games, but for fallen internet celebrities begging for money via Galaxies and Roses. Hal.
What is TikTok?
Yes, TikTok, aka TikTok Live, is what we're looking for. But for great job. Yeah, it's real tough to see some of your former, I won't say faves. Your faves are not ending up begging on TikTok Live, but not fun either way. Hal, board is yours.
Let's do beggars can't be choosers for 12.
Beggars can't be choosers for 1,200. Sure, most people would choose some sort of nationalized healthcare so they wouldn't have to pay out of pocket for life-saving care, but they're instead forced to beg for medical bill help on sites like this well-known crowdfunding site launched in 2010. Looking for the crowdfunding site. Alex.
What is GoFundMe?
That is correct, folks. GoFundMe. That's the most optimal way to pay for medical care in the country, folks. We can't have it any other way. It's God's favorite, truly. Alex, board's in your control. Where are we going?
It wouldn't exist if it wasn't. Beggars can't be choosers for 1,600.
Beggars can't be choosers for 1,600. This singer and lover of beautiful girls is infamous online for begging for lean in such incidents as the one in the attached audio, folks. That's right. It's an audio clue.
Hey, I just seen you pulled up with Aiden Ross with the walkie. Who y'all got the drink from, man? Talk to me, my brother.
I'm not hearing the audio.
Yeah, I'm not hearing it either.
Oh,
Me neither.
no. Okay, well, he's saying beautiful girls. That's really all you need to know.
Is he saying beautiful girls?
Alex?
Who is Sean Kingston?
That is correct, folks. Sean Kingston. I gotta see how I'm able to show the audio clue. I think this is the second time things have gone wrong. But folks, you know what? Sometimes you take artistic risks and the world punishes you for it. Regardless, Alex, great job. Board is yours. Where are we going?
Let's finish the category.
Beggars can't be choosers for 2,000. Folks, that's right. Audio and now video clue. If it goes wrong, I'll cry. Robert Pattinson delivered the now viral line in The Odyssey while playing this character.
Somebody get these beggars out of here.
Looking for the character name. This one's a true 2,000. 5, 4, 3.
I didn't watch this.
2. Thankfully, The Odyssey has been shown maybe more than once in 2026. But folks, that character name our boy Robbie played, that is Antinius.
Mm-hmm.
I may be pronouncing that
Sounded
wrong, but
bad.
whatever. Fuck it. We ball. Alex, board's back in your control. Where are we going?
Let's do They Aren't Sending Their Best for 400.
Folks, and that's true. They truly aren't sending their best for 400. This Canadian psychologist took America by storm in the late 2010s by weeping, being transphobic, and sharing his innovative self-help tips like clean your room. Alex.
Who's Jordan Peterson?
That is correct. Folks, I can't do his weepy Kermit voice, unfortunately, right now, but just know we know what he sounds like. Regardless, great job, Alex. Where are we going?
Let's go They Aren't Sending Their Best for 800.
They aren't sending their best for 800. This Canadian right-wing provocateur got called up to the racist big leagues in America after a failed acting career. Alex.
Who's Steven Crowder?
That is correct. Alex knows her Canadian sickos. Big respect. Great job, Alex. Where are we going next?
Let's keep going for 1200.
They aren't sending their best for 1200. This Canadian-born U.S. senator is most famous for abandoning his state during weather crises and for his alleged astrological secret identity. Hal.
Who is Raphael Ted Cruz?
That is correct, Ted Cruz! And folks, that alleged astrological secret identity, the Zodiac Killer. Allegedly. Hal, great job. Where are we going?
I'm scared. Let's do They Aren't Sending Their Best for 1600.
They aren't sending their best for 1600. This Canadian white rapper pivoted to making right-wing slop in 2018 with his release of White Boy, though our contestants probably know him from his viral song about Charlie Kirk. Alex.
Who is Tom McDonald?
That is correct. Fantastic job. Real sicko knower. I appreciate the follow knowledge. Alex, tell us where we're going next.
I'm not really appreciating it myself. They Aren't Sending Their Best for 2000.
They truly are not sending their best, folks, for 2000. This Canadian far-right commentator co-founded Vice Magazine and the Proud Boys, though he's been distanced from both in the last few years. Real deep cut.
Yeah, you got me on this one.
That's honestly, it's probably a boon to your mental health that you do not know this individual.
I can only take so many Canadian sickos.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Harkening back to an older era in alt-right nonsense, folks. This is Gavin McGinnis. McGinnis. Alex, just total command of the Canadian sicko category. Where are we going next?
Let's go with Getting It Out the Mud for 400.
Absolutely. Getting it out the mud for 400. This therapeutic treatment is often offered at day spas and is one of the few times getting down and dirty might be relaxing. Greg.
What is a mud bath?
That is correct. Mud bath. Fantastic job clearing the throat, getting the pipes going. Greg, where are we going next?
Dude, getting out the mud for 800.
Getting it out the mud for 800. Getting deployed to the front lines in World War I meant living out of these excavated lines in the ground, famous for their muddy conditions. Greg.
What are the trenches?
That is correct, folks. Getting out the mud, making it out the trenches, two very important things, circa 1917. Greg, board is yours. Where are we going?
Getting out of the mud, 1200.
Getting it out the mud for 1200. This creature from Jewish folklore is literally made out of mud and clay, though it typically doesn't end well for the creator. Hal.
What is a clay golem? Or just golem?
Yes, absolutely. Golem, clay golem, we'll accept both. Fantastic job. Hal, board is yours.
Let's do Getting It Out of the Mud for 16.
Getting out the mud for 1600. Arnold Schwarzenegger has to get his victory over a vicious extraterrestrial being literally out the mud in this 1987 action film. Hal.
What is Alien?
Incorrect. No. The other one, Greg.
What is Terminator?
Also incorrect. Alex, I hear the clicking.
What is What is Predator?
That is correct, Predator. Fantastic job. We dotted around it, folks. We were so close, but Predator is the correct answer. Alex, you're killing it.
Not good.
1600 to you. Where are we going?
Let's go Altered Egos for 400.
Altered Egos for 400. If you saw Beyonce on stage in the mid-2000s, you might have actually been witnessing a performance by this alter ego, who later served as the name of an album. Greg.
Who is Cowboy Carter?
Incorrect. No.
Oh.
Where's my turn a millennium beehive at? We're about to find out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, folks. The album. This is Sasha Fierce. Sasha Fierce. That's right. Alex, board still in your control. Where are we going?
Let's go Altered Egos for 800.
Altered Egos for 800. Maybe it's not Nicki Minaj that has become a right-wing lunatic in the last couple of years, but instead this alter ego of hers taking over and getting further revenge. Hal.
Who is Roman?
That is correct, folks. Roman. Her first debut album, Roman's Revenge, folks. Hal, great job. Board is yours.
Let's go Getting It Out of the Mud for 2.
There we go. Finishing out the category, Getting Out the Mud for 2,000. This specific type of coastal wetlands is formed in areas where sediments have been deposited by tides or rivers. Greg.
What is a marsh?
Incorrect. No. Hal.
No.
What is a delta?
Incorrect. No. 5, 4.
You might as well.
3. I appreciate you saving me the quicker countdown. Folks, that type of coastal wetland, we would also accepted tidal flats, but mostly known as mud flats. Mud flats. Hal, board is still in your control. Where are we going?
Let's go Altered Egos for 1,200.
Altered Egos for 1,200. Anthony Weiner decided he needed to adopt and use this alter ego in the early 2010s when sending dick pics to women that weren't his wife. Don't worry, it's totally not corny at all. 5.
It's gonna be like Cool Guy 69.
All right, hold on. I got to write that one down. That's a banger Alex just gave away for free. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I imagine him wearing a leather jacket when coming up with this name. That's Carlos Danger. Carlos Danger for that one. Hal, 2 questions left. The choice is in your hands. Where are we going?
Sure, Altered Egos for 16.
Altered Egos for 1,600. This real estate mogul and very close friend of Epstein reportedly served as his own publicist for years while using fake names like John Barron and John Miller. Hal.
Who is Donald J. Trump?
That is correct, folks. Donald J. Trump served as his own like press secretary for a little bit. So cool. What a cool guy. Folks, the end of round 2 is behind us. Still some game left, but that's right. Hold hands and jump in. Altered Egos for 2,000. Revolutionary Yosef Drugishvili, I'm not going to try and pronounce the middle 2 there, decided to adopt this shorter and much more famous name when writing for Pravda before going on to lead the USSR. Hal.
Who is Joseph Stalin?
That is correct, folks. The Man of Steel himself. 2,000 to you, Hal, and we are at our final wager round. Folks, what an exciting game. We've had ups, we've had downs. I mean, we came here to play. I appreciate all of our contestants. Ton of game left, folks. Razor-thin margins before us. The final wager round happens in 3 beautiful stages. First, we have our revealing of the category. You're going to get a hint as to what the question is going to be once I reveal this category. Next, we have my favorite part of the game. That's right, gambling responsibly, of course. You are going to wager from 0 to all or a number in between number of your points, betting on whether or not you think you are going to get the answer correct. Finally, we will read the question. You will insert your answers. And folks, we'll find out who won Twitchpardy 22. Any questions before we begin? No, folks. With that being said, your final wager round category is Think of the Children. Submit your wagers now. Decisions, folks. We love a close game because, you know, that's where the true chess begins. But folks, we're all locked in. The answers are here, and by answers I mean your wagers. We're about to find out the answers. But think of the children, folks, for your final wager round question. A federal court recently decided it really was that damn phone and ordered this social media giant to pay out $17 billion after ruling it was liable for designing its platforms to be addicting to underage users. Folks, destiny's in your hands. I'm already hearing some typing away. It's your time now. This is the part where I always forget that I don't have any more waiting music because I haven't found any legally distinct ones, and we all sit in awkward silence. But thankfully, Greg saves us from that awkward silence. Folks,
Sorry.
we're all in here. No, take your time. This is probably the fastest, final wager round answering. So again, a little round of applause for our contestants here, folks. Cutthroat competition here. I want to thank yet again an air horn for our contestants. Very close, but the destiny, it's in a sealed envelope, and I'm about to read it, folks. Let's see who wins. Twitchpardy 22. A federal court recently decided it really was that damn phone and ordered this social media giant to pay out $17 billion with a B dollars after ruling it was liable for designing its platforms to be addicting to underage users. This also responsible for just dissolving the brains of most boomers as well, folks. A little hint after the answer. Greg, you showed what is meta. That is correct, Greg. You wagered 5,200. We love it. We love to double it up. We love betting it all, folks. That's playing with some panache. That's playing with some pizzazz. A real competitor. He came to win. That is correct. 5,200. Rocketing you up to 10,400. You're within striking distance of win here so far. Meta/Face. I would have accepted Facebook because I'm kind, even though it's not been his name for a bit. That is correct. Next up, Hal. You answered. Meta, that is also correct. You bet $400. Interesting. We didn't believe in ourselves there, but don't worry. That $400 is to you. You are guaranteed at minimum second place, which is a fantastic showing. Alex, the time is now. The time is upon us. You came in with $11,000, or Twitchpardy bucks, some may call it. Don't call it that. That sounds lame.
Okay.
If you bet zero, that's a win. If you bet it all and bet it wrong, that's a loss. We're about to find out what you did. Alex, you answered. What is TikTok? Oh, no, Alex. It's time to see your wager. $7,400. Unfortunately, that is incorrect, meaning, Greg, you are our winner tonight. A nail biter there, folks. We love it when we put on a show, don't we? A truly fantastic job to all. Honestly, TikTok deserves... Excuse me. Oh, God. TikTok deserves to get fined $17 billion for suppressing the truth, but also for dissolving all of our brains. But regardless, folks, what a great round. Greg, Hal, Alex, I mean, just stunning performances here. My heart's racing. All right. Hopefully all those at home with any kind of heart conditions are sitting down and have access to medical care, because I know I need it because I'm 50,000 years old. Regardless, Greg, 10,400 and the win. It's got to feel good. You came close last time. You came out on top this time. Please tell us, where can we find more, Greg? What do you have to share for us?
Just my Instagram, gregory.parker. Two-time winner, actually, but don't mean to correct you there.
Oh, you did win last time.
Not to brag, but...
Folks, I completely forgot that what happens when you doubt the winner. Came out on top regardless. Folks, another two-time champion. Deepest apologies. It's all about the fun anyways.
It's all
the CTE from continued trivia use, folks. But regardless, Greg, fantastic job. That's right, folks. Swipe up. Follow Mr. Gregory Parker here. We'll include those links down below. Next up, Hal. A fantastic job. You didn't believe in yourself. You have a child at home, I've been told. Had you you would have been up on it. But regardless, a great job. Razor thin margins yet again. Hal, where can the people find more of you? Where can whatever you have to share, please do now.
I'm on everything as halelcooljay, just how it's spelled on screen. HALELCOOLJAY. TikTok
Fantastic.
is where I've got the biggest impact right now.
Folks, hit it up. In fact, actually, not only follow on TikTok, follow elsewhere too. All right, let's even it out. Let's get diversified. All right, it's always important to diversify. But thank you so much, Hal. Last but certainly not least, Alex. I mean, a stellar performance. You kept it live. Like we said, it's 60% of hee hee ha ha fun time with friends, 40% of trivia show. So close there. But you know what? I do appreciate that you bet enough to make sure that you pulled out a win. But sometimes you chose the wrong evil social media corporation that we all are all
I did,
hopelessly addicted
and I
to.
didn't really read the question very well too. So
The
two issues there.
danger of smacking as much text as I can into a question, one of the downfalls of Twitchpardy, unfortunately. But still, regardless, a fantastic job. Alex, where can the people find more? What do you have to share for us?
I'm pretty much only on TikTok as not.on.addy, but with dots instead of underscores.
There we go, folks.
And don't let your hubris be your downfall.
Folks, just like the Odyssey and the Greek myths of old, like mentioned earlier, sometimes not reading or trusting in the tricksy trivia host can be your downfall. Thank you so much to everybody for playing. Thank you so much, everybody at home, for watching. We will be right back after some brief messages.